Saint Anthony of Padua, his life, his miracles, and why he became a saint. Saint Anthony of Padua is one of the most loved, invoked, and venerated saints in the world. His figure has crossed the centuries with extraordinary strength, speaking not only to devoted believers but also to those who seek comfort, hope, and justice. Known as the Saint of Miracles and as the one who helps recover what has been lost, Saint Anthony has become a universal symbol of faith, charity, and truth. Saint Anthony was born in Lisbon, Portugal, in 1195, with the name Fernando Martins de Bullos, into a noble and wealthy family. From a young age, he showed a strong inclination towards study and spiritual life. He was educated by the Augustinian canons and quickly distinguished himself for his intelligence, discipline, and inner depth. However, despite a promising ecclesiastical career, Fernando felt a deep restlessness within himself. He desired a more radical life, poorer, and closer to the gospel. The turning point came when he encountered Franciscan friars, followers of Saint Francis of Assisi, who had returned as martyrs from Morocco. Their sacrifice deeply moved Fernando, who decided to leave everything behind to embrace the Franciscan ideal of poverty, humility, and the proclamation of the gospel. He changed his name to Anthony and entered the order of Friars Minor. His initial dream was to become a missionary and a martyr. He traveled to Morocco, but a serious illness forced him to return. During the journey back, a storm caused his ship to land in Italy, in Sicily. It seemed like a chance event, but it would forever shape the history of the Church. For a long time, Anthony lived in obscurity, performing the humblest tasks in Franciscan convents. No one yet knew of his extraordinary theological knowledge or his gift for preaching. His life appeared destined for silence and prayer, until one day, almost by chance, he was asked to speak during an ordination. In that moment, his words astonished everyone. Profound, clear, powerful, capable of touching both mind and heart. From that day on, Saint Anthony became one of the greatest preachers of his time. He traveled tirelessly throughout Italy and France, combating heresies, defending the poor, denouncing injustice and usury, and calling the powerful to moral responsibility. His preaching was never aggressive, but firm, never empty rhetoric, but deeply rooted in the lived gospel. Alongside his words came miracles. Tradition recounts many extraordinary events attributed to Saint Anthony. One of the most famous is the miracle of the sermon to the fish. Ignored by people, Anthony turned to the sea, and the fish emerged in great numbers, as if listening to the word of God. This symbolic act strengthened the faith of many and showed that truth, when authentic, always finds someone willing to receive it. Another well-known episode is that of the miser's heart. After the death of a man known for his greed, Anthony declared that his heart was not in his chest but in the chest where his wealth was kept. When the body was opened, the heart was indeed missing. This powerful story highlights one of the central themes of Saint Anthony's preaching. What we truly love becomes the center of our lives. But Saint Anthony is above all the saint of mercy. He defended the poor, helped those in debt, protected families, and comforted the sick. He was close to ordinary people, spoke their language, and understood everyday suffering. For this reason, devotion to him grew rapidly, even during his lifetime. He died in Padua in 1231, at only 36 years of age. His death caused an unprecedented wave of popular emotion. The fame of his miracles and holiness was so great that Pope Gregory IX proclaimed him a saint less than a year after his death, one of the fastest canonization processes in the history of the Church. Saint Anthony thus became a universal spiritual reference. He is invoked to recover lost objects, but also to rediscover faith, inner peace, and hope. He is the patron saint of the poor, travelers, prisoners, families, and children. His devotion spread rapidly throughout Europe, Latin America, Africa, and Asia. making him one of the most venerated saints in the world. The Basilica of Saint Anthony in Padua became one of the greatest pilgrimage sites in Christianity. Even today, millions of people visit it every year to pray, give thanks, and seek help. His figure unites theology and simplicity, moral rigor and compassion, word and action. Saint Anthony of Padua became a saint not only because of the miracles attributed to his intercession, but above all because of the radical coherence of his life. He lived what he preached. He chose poverty in a world dominated by power. He chose love in a time of division. He chose truth without compromise. His message remains relevant today. To seek God means to seek humanity, to defend the dignity of the weakest, and to live with a heart free from the chains of selfishness. That is why, centuries later, Saint Anthony continues to be invoked, loved, and listened to. His life is not only a story of the past, but a voice that still speaks today, reminding us that what truly matters is not what we possess, but what we are willing to give.